Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is H2. You guys are watching The Budget by H2 Media, the show where I help you guys budget your purchases. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about consoles and PCs. What should you buy, and should you actually get a console here in 2020 and upcoming years of 2021 and so on. Well, I'm about to tell you guys in today's video. Also, if you're wondering, it's freezing. It's absolutely cold. We've never had winters like this for a really long time, like really long. We're getting like -2 degrees, but what's worse is we also building, so the roof and stuff is being removed. So yeah, the house is just freaking cold. But anyways, I'm gonna try my best to get this video done so that I can go back into my warm bed. Anyways, so consoles have been out there for a really long time. I mean, let's just admit it, consoles have made their name, and everybody knows console for being able to play multiplayer and just enjoying to have fun with your friends. And that's what it was made for, and that's what it dominated in, and honestly it really did a good job at it. But as time went on, PCs, which were used mainly for work purposes, started coming into the gaming community. And when that started to take off, well, they just started to dominate the field of when it comes to gaming. And let me explain why. You see, PCs weren't only something that was focused solely on one purpose, which was gaming. They had so much versatility, and you were pretty much able to do anything with a PC as long as it was a good enough one to run what you needed to do, which was what a lot of people liked and a lot of people chose over the consoles, was because of that amount of versatility that you get with a PC. Whereas consoles, they're solely a platform just for gaming. There's nothing else you can do besides game on a console. I mean, that's what it's made for, yes, and I understand that. But if you start weighing your options, PCs just give so much more, even in the gaming segment. You see, consoles limit you, but PCs, they just, remember, PCs are moddable and customizable, right? You can have a decked out PC, but at the same time, they can get expensive, right? So, consoles are like this middle ground. Majority of the new consoles can play all the games that are out there, but at the same time, you're not playing it at the maximum capacity or the maximum ability of that game. You're not maxing out that game. Whereas with PCs, if you have a decked out PC, which can go into hundreds and couples of thousands. So yeah, and that's true, but to be honest with you, PCs just dominate because now you can max the ability of the game. You can really push that game to its limits of quality and abilities of the game. Whereas consoles they are basically kind of like a budget PC if you think about it, with software solely made for gaming. And that's where it lacks, because a lot of people would like to get a PC because they can do their work on it, they can do pretty much whatever they really want, but at the same time be able to game. And that's kind of like a bonus of owning a gaming PC, is being able to do everything else at the same time as game. So that's where prices start to affect things. You see, gaming PCs, I would say like the average gaming PC and I'm talking of like a gaming PC that's good enough to pretty much run majority of the games that a PS4 Pro or PS4 or maybe an Xbox One can run. You're looking at around double the price of a PS4. Like a PS4 now is about, yeah, around double the price. I'll leave the prices at the bottom or here somewhere on the screen somewhere. But basically, you get what I'm saying. PCs can get really expensive, and obviously you're paying for that bonus of everything else. And when you're buying a ready-made PC, prices can go even higher. But now that's where a lot of people get scared, because they don't want to pay the extra for the ready-made PC, so they rather choose to build it. But then also the building side can start causing problems, because if you mess up something there, there's very likely chance that all of their money is going to go down the drain. And I'm not trying to make you scared of building a PC. I've never done it, but gameplay Voyager, and he said that it's quite scary, it's quite intimidating if you don't know what you're doing. But obviously once you understand it, it all starts to make sense. But that's not the point of this video. What I want to try and get out there is that if you want to get yourself a setup, right, a PC is going to be the better option. No, you can have a PC for 10 years, and as new iterations of consoles comes out, all you need to do is just upgrade parts and things on your PC to be able to keep up with the later games. Whereas with a console, you pretty much just have to upgrade to a whole brand new console, which has its cons also, because they can get quite expensive as well. I mean, the PS5, honestly, it really created a hype, and I'm also really excited to see it once it actually gets released and actually could test it out. But to be honest with you, you have your PS4 now, then you get a PS5, then a few years later games can't run on the PS5 anymore, then you have to get the PS6, and you get what I'm trying to say, right? You have to keep on upgrading the whole device to be able to keep up with later games. Whereas with a PC, you pretty much just have to change a few things. Yes, it's also get quite expensive, but you're just changing a few things. You still have the same root and the same foundation. You can build onto it. Whereas consoles, you can't do that. But here's where consoles really make a stand. You see, consoles, when they were created, right, their sole platform was made for gaming, which means that when they were creating it, the software of it, it's solely just being able to run games. So if you want to be able to just play games and also have fun with the family and have fun with friends, that's what it's good for. I mean, majority of consoles live in their living rooms, of their people's, of the owners' living rooms, because the ability to play multiplayer on one big TV, or for instance, that's what I'm trying to say. Like PCs, it's pretty much solo. You can't. If you have a sibling, well, you guys will have to have chances. You guys can't really play on the same console, I mean on the same PC together at the same time. That's where consoles dominated. They were made for that gaming purpose of enjoying and playing with other people in the same room, and that's what it really made its name for. Now, the obvious thing is that you want to look for when being able to game, and this is something that a lot of people don't even look for. They just like look straight past it and look at what they like. Now, I'm not saying listen to your friends, I'm not saying listen to the people you want to play with, but you need to look at what the friends that you have, that you want to play with, have. If they have a PC, for instance, all of them have PCs, it would be very dumb of you to go ahead and get an Xbox, for example. I mean, let's just all of them are going to be able to, yes, they are cross-play games, but all of them are going to be able to play every single game. They all going to have the advantages of playing together, whereas you can only play certain games with them because of only cross-play games, that is, with them because you have an Xbox, and you get what I'm saying. That there is something that a lot of people look over and can be quite stupid, because if all your friends and all of them that you want to play with have a certain device or certain thing, like for example all of them have Xbox, I'm not saying go get an Xbox, but what I'm trying to say is if you really want to play with them, don't go get something that's completely the opposite of that. Like if you can't, remember, not all games are crossplay. Like for example, my gaming partner in Warzone, he has an Xbox, I have a PS4. We can only play Warzone together, whereas GTA, which is my other go-to game, well, we can't play it because, well, it's not crossplay. And that's something that a lot of people look over. I mean, you probably also wondering to yourself now, well, that's actually really intelligent, because if you get yourself a PS5, for instance, and all of your friends are going to have PCs, what's the point? Just rather get yourself, or save up more and get yourself a PC so that you can all play together. For example, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys here. But yes, prices obviously matter, and that's where a lot of people obviously find themselves getting a certain setup because of price. But that's also about to change. You see, nowadays components and that for PCs are so cheap that if you really study on how to build one, and you really like master it and really understand it completely, well, you can really start getting everything yourself, and you can find really good deals on them, and you can pretty much build yourself a really good PC for a very low price. And I've seen it happen before. Damn, my allergies are really starting to affect me. This weather is just Anyways, let's get on. Like I said, I've seen people make it happen. I've seen people actually build a PC for a fraction of the price of that PC's worth, and it's true, you can really do that. And honestly, if you have the ability to do that, I would say go for a PC. Even though it can get quite expensive, you must always look at your options, weigh your options, see whether it fits your needs, if you can play with your friends. If you must always weigh your options. Obviously, that's very, very important. Like I said, all of these things that I've told you guys today, weigh them, think about the price, think about the abilities that the PC is going to give you, and also think about what your friends and what everybody you want to play with have, and then make a final decision. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's left to you, but these are the reasons and these are the things that I would advise if you want to get yourself a setup. But honestly, if you do want to get yourself a console setup, just wait a little longer for the new ones to come out. Don't go waste your money now on a setup that's only going to last you for a year. But anyways, my name's H2. I'm going to see you guys in another video. Peace, guys. Yo, freaking allergies. Flop.